15 restaurant chains that might not survive 2025. The restaurant industry is facing unprecedented challenges. The restaurant industry, much like the natural world, is a delicate ecosystem. It relies on a balance of factors to thrive. It thrives on adaptation, innovation, and a keen understanding of its environment. Restaurants must constantly evolve to meet customer expectations, but for some, the pressures of a changing world can prove too great. Economic downturns, rising costs, and shifting consumer preferences can all spell disaster. Could your favorite restaurant be in danger of disappearing next year? The thought is unsettling, but it's a reality many are facing. Here are 15 chains that might not survive 2025. These are names you know and love, but they are struggling to stay afloat. From financial woes to changing customer habits, we'll explore the challenges these restaurants are facing. Labor shortages, increased competition, and the rise of delivery services are just a few of the hurdles. Join me as we delve into the uncertain future of these once thriving establishments. Discover what might be done to save them and what it means for the dining landscape. Chapter 1. Red Lobster. Here we find Red Lobster, a once familiar sight on bustling high streets, known for its iconic seafood offerings and welcoming atmosphere. But today, a palpable stillness hangs in the air, a stark reminder of changing times and shifting consumer preferences. Foot traffic is sparse, a stark contrast to the lively scenes of its heyday when families and friends would gather for a hearty meal. With declining sales and outdated concepts, Red Lobster is struggling to stay relevant in an ever-competitive market. The menu, once a source of comfort and familiarity, now appears tired, failing to entice a generation hungry for novelty and excitement. The decor, too, feels like a relic of the past, like a creature slow to adapt to a changing climate. Red Lobster finds itself outpaced, struggling to keep up with the evolving tastes of its clientele. The challenge now is to reinvent itself or risk becoming a memory of a bygone era. Chapter 2. TGI Fridays. In the unforgiving world of commerce, survival hinges on the ability to adapt and evolve. Businesses must constantly innovate to stay relevant and attract customers. This is especially true in the highly competitive restaurant industry, where trends and consumer preferences can change rapidly. TGI Fridays, despite valiant attempts, seems to be faltering. Once a bustling hub of activity, it now struggles to draw in the crowds it once did. The brand, which was synonymous with casual dining and fun, is now facing an uncertain future. Attempts at reinvention haven't been enough to save this chain from mounting losses. Various strategies, from revamping the menu to redesigning the interiors, have been tried, but the results have been disappointing. New menu items, introduced with much fanfare, have failed to capture the imagination of diners. Despite the introduction of trendy dishes and seasonal specials, the response has been lukewarm at best. The buzz surrounding these changes proved fleeting, like a sudden downpour in the desert, offering a brief respite but ultimately failing to nourish the parched earth. The challenge remains. How can TGI Fridays reinvent itself in a way that resonates with today's diners and ensures its survival in a tough market? Chapter 3. Pizza Hut. Reputation once earned can be easily lost. For Pizza Hut, negative customer feedback and high operational costs have plagued its journey. Like whispers carried on the wind, tales of inconsistent service and declining food quality have spread, tarnishing the once bright image of this establishment. The weight of these burdens, like a heavy mantle, threatens to drag Pizza Hut down. Chapter 4. Hard Rock Cafe. The culinary landscape is ever evolving, a vibrant tapestry of flavors and trends. Hard Rock Cafe, it seems, has failed to embrace this dynamic environment. Its menu, once a symbol of comfort food, now appears stagnant, a relic of a bygone era. This lack of menu innovation, like a failure to diversify in the natural world, has left Hard Rock Cafe vulnerable, unable to compete with the vibrant and ever-changing offerings of its rivals. Chapter 5. Tijuana Flats. Even the hardiest of organisms can be brought low by forces beyond their control. For Tijuana Flats, economic downturns have dealt a heavy blow. The lifeblood of consumer spending, once flowing freely, has slowed to a trickle, leaving this chain struggling to stay afloat. Like a tree clinging to life in a drought-stricken land, Tijuana Flats fights for survival, hoping for a return of the economic rains that once nourished its growth. Chapter 6. BurgerFi. The arrival of a new predator can send shockwaves through an ecosystem. For BurgerFi, the rise of new, trendier competitors has intensified the struggle for survival. These newcomers, armed with innovative menus and sleek marketing, have lured away customers, leaving BurgerFi grappling to reclaim its lost territory. Chapter 7. Denny's. In a world increasingly reliant on convenience, adaptation is key, yet Denny's seems to have missed the digital boat. The surge in online ordering and delivery services, a tidal wave reshaping the industry, has left this chain stranded on the shores of tradition. Its failure to embrace these new channels, like a creature unable to adapt to a changing habitat, has placed it at a significant disadvantage. Chapter 8. Applebee's. The culinary world thrives on creativity, a constant dance of flavors and textures. Applebee's, however, seems trapped in a culinary rut. Its menu, devoid of excitement and innovation, has failed to entice the adventurous palates of today's diners. This lack of menu innovation, like a failure to adapt to changing food sources, has left Applebee's struggling to survive in a world hungry for the new and exciting. Chapter 9. Buca di Beppo. The global economy, much like the weather, can be unpredictable and unforgiving. For Buca di Beppo, economic headwinds have created a perfect storm, battering its sales and threatening its very existence. Rising food costs, like a relentless tide, have eroded profit margins, leaving this chain precariously close to the brink. Chapter 10. Modi Pizza. The restaurant industry is a battleground where only the fittest survive. For Modi Pizza, the arrival of new competitors has intensified the fight for customers. These rivals, armed with sleek branding and innovative concepts, have encroached on Modi Pizza's territory, luring away its once loyal clientele. Chapter 11. Rubio's Coastal Grill. The digital age has revolutionized the way we dine, with technology playing an increasingly vital role. Yet Rubio's Coastal Grill seems stuck in the analog era. Its failure to embrace online ordering, delivery services, and mobile apps has left it trailing behind its more tech-savvy competitors. Like a creature slow to adapt to a changing environment, Rubio's Coastal Grill risks being left behind in the digital dust. Chapter 12. World of Beer. In the culinary world, stagnation is a recipe for disaster. World of Beer, once a beloved destination for comfort food, has failed to keep pace with evolving tastes. Its menu, a tired collection of familiar dishes, lacks the excitement and innovation needed to attract today's discerning diners. Chapter 13. Boston Market. The global economy, a complex web of interconnected forces, can be a fickle beast. For Boston Market, a confluence of unfavorable economic factors has created a challenging environment. Rising labor costs, coupled with increased competition and shrinking consumer spending, have placed immense pressure on this chain's bottom line. Chapter 14. Sticky's Finger Joint. The restaurant industry is a dynamic arena, with new challenges constantly emerging. For Sticky's Finger Joint, the arrival of innovative and trend-focused competitors has shaken its once unassailable position. These newcomers, armed with fresh concepts and a keen understanding of evolving consumer preferences, have lured away customers, leaving Sticky's Finger Joint struggling to adapt and reclaim its lost market share. Chapter 15. Hooters. The digital revolution has transformed the way we live, work, and dine. Yet Hooters seems content to linger in the pre-digital age. Its reluctance to embrace online ordering, delivery platforms, and mobile technology has left it lagging behind its more digitally savvy competitors. Like a creature ill-equipped to navigate a changing landscape, Hooters risks being left behind in the digital dust. As we've seen, the restaurant industry is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. As customer tastes evolve and competition grows, some restaurants fail to keep up. Which of these chains do you think can turn things around? Can they adapt, innovate, and reclaim their place at the table? Let us know in the comments which restaurants you'll miss the most or hope to see survive. With innovation and support, maybe these chains can rewrite their story?